Have you ever thought about what makes your car actually move? It is not just the engine or the gas. It is the four circles touching the ground. The wheel is the greatest tool humans ever made. Without it, the modern world stops. Today, wheels are high-tech masterpieces made of carbon fiber and light metals. But it was not always like this. Thousands of years ago, a wheel was just a heavy piece of wood or stone. How did we go from heavy wooden logs to super-fast racing rims? This story is full of clever ideas and amazing science. We are going to look deep into the history of the wheel. We will learn why every gram of weight matters when you are driving fast. We will see how simple wood turned into strong steel and then into space-age materials. If you stay with me until the very end, I have a special treat for you. I will show you the most expensive wheel ever made. It costs more than most luxury houses. You do not want to miss that. Now, let us go back in time to where it all started with trees and fire. Long ago, wheels were very simple. The first wheels were just flat discs cut from tree trunks. They were very heavy and hard to move. Early humans soon realized that weight was their biggest enemy. To make things better, they invented the spoke. Instead of a solid piece of wood, they carved out parts of the wheel. This left thin wooden sticks connecting the center to the outside rim. This was a huge deal. It made wheels much lighter and faster. Ancient chariot racers used these to win battles. But wood has a big problem. It is soft and breaks easily on rocky ground. To fix this, humans became even smarter. They started using iron. Blacksmiths would make a long, thin band of iron. They would heat this iron until it was red hot. When iron gets hot, it grows a little bit bigger. They would wrap this hot iron band around the wooden wheel. Then, they poured cold water on it. The iron would shrink and grab the wood with incredible strength. This was the first tire. These iron-rimmed wheels were very tough. They could last for hundreds of miles. You could hear them coming from far away because they made a loud clack-clack sound on the stones. However, as the world moved faster, wood and iron reached their limit. Wood cannot spin very fast without shaking apart. Also, these wheels had no bounce. Every bump on the road went straight into the rider's back. To go faster and smoother, we needed a new material. That is when steel entered the picture. As the world entered the 1900s, things started to move much faster. Engines were being born, and cars like the Ford Model T were taking over the streets. Wood was simply not strong enough anymore. This brought us into the steel age. Steel is a very strong metal made by mixing iron and carbon. Engineers realized they could press flat sheets of steel into the shape of a wheel. These wheels were much stronger than wood. They did not break when hitting a deep hole, and they could carry much more weight. Steel wheels were a huge success because they were cheap to make in big factories. This meant more people could afford cars. But there was a big catch. Steel is very heavy. This brings us to a very important science secret called unsprung weight. Think of it like this. Your car has springs that soak up bumps. Everything above the springs, like the seats and the engine, is sprung. Everything below the springs, like the wheels and tires, is unsprung. When a wheel is heavy, it is harder for the car to move it up and down. A heavy steel will hit a bump like a giant hammer. This makes the ride feel bumpy and rough. Heavy wheels also make it harder for the car to stop or turn quickly. Engineers knew that if they wanted cars to be fast and smooth, they had to find a way to make the wheels lighter without losing strength. They had to fight against weight to win the race for speed. Now, let's go into the science lab to talk about something very cool. It is called rotational Massachusetts. Think about a heavy playground merry-go-round. It is very hard to get it spinning at first. Once it is spinning fast, it is very hard to stop. This is because heavy things that spin hold a lot of energy. Your car wheels work the same way. Every time you push the gas pedal, the engine has to fight to make those heavy wheels spin. Scientists found a surprising rule. Saving 1 kilogram of weight on a spinning wheel is much better than saving 1 kilogram of weight inside the car. This is because the wheel is moving in two ways, it is moving forward, and it is spinning around. Because of this, heavy wheels are like wearing lead shoes while trying to run a race. They make the car feel lazy. If the wheels are light, the car feels alive. It jumps forward quickly and stops on a dime. This is why the smartest engineers in the world spent years trying to move away from heavy steel. They wanted a metal that was as strong as a tiger but as light as a feather. This led them to a special mix of metals called alloys. In the 1960s, racing drivers wanted something even better than steel. They needed wheels that could stay cool during a race and didn't weigh the car down. This led to the alloy revolution. An alloy is just a fancy word for a mix of different metals. The two stars of this show were aluminum and magnesium. Magnesium was the first big hit in racing. These were called mag wheels. They were incredibly light, but they had a problem: they could actually catch on fire if they got too hot. Soon, aluminum became the favorite choice for regular cars. Engineers found two ways to make them. The first way is casting. This is like making a cake. You melt the metal, pour it into a mold, and let it dry. The second, much better way is forging. This is like a blacksmith hitting metal with a giant hammer. Forged wheels are much stronger because the metal is packed together very tightly. Because they are so strong, engineers can make the spokes very thin. This saves even more weight. Aluminum also does a great job of pulling heat away from the brakes. This keeps the car safe during fast driving. These alloy wheels changed how cars looked, too. For the first time, wheels could have beautiful, shiny designs that didn't rust like old steel. But even with aluminum, the quest for the lightest wheel was not over. Now, we are entering the future of wheel technology. Engineers have found something even better than metal. It is called carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is made of thousands of tiny black threads woven together like a cloth. Then, it is glued together with a very strong plastic. The result is a material that is 40% lighter than aluminum. That is a massive difference. Because carbon fiber wheels are so light, they let a car accelerate like a rocket. They also help the car handle heat much better than metal. When you drive very fast and step on the brakes, the wheels get very hot. Metal can bend or get weak when it is too hot. But carbon fiber stays strong and keeps its shape. So, why doesn't every car have these? The reason is the price. Carbon fiber wheels are very hard to make. It takes a long time to weave the fibers perfectly. One single wheel can cost more than $10,000. Because they are so expensive, you usually only see them on supercars or hypercars that cost millions. They are the ultimate prize for people who want the absolute best performance. Modern cars are changing again. Today, many cars run on electricity. These electric vehicles, or EVs, need wheels that help them go further on one charge. This is where aero wheels come in. When a car drives fast, the wind hits the wheels and creates a lot of drag. This wind resistance slows the car down. To fix this, engineers are making wheels that look like flat plates. They have very small gaps so the wind slides right over them. It might look a bit strange, but it helps the car stay slippery in the air. This saves energy and lets the car travel more miles. Some cars even have plastic covers that you can snap onto your wheels to make them more efficient. But there is a tug-of-war happening. Most people love the look of giant wheels with very thin tires. They look cool and sporty. However, giant wheels are usually heavier and make the ride feel stiff. Small wheels with thick tires are better for comfort, but they don't look as fancy. Modern designers are working hard to find a balance. They want wheels that look amazing, cut through the wind like a knife, and stay as light as possible. We have come a long way from those heavy wooden circles. The wheel is no longer just a simple tool. It is a masterpiece of science. From the dust of ancient roads to the high-tech world of carbon fiber, the goal has always been the same. We want to be faster, lighter, and stronger. Every time you see a car drive by, remember the thousands of years of clever ideas hidden in those spinning rims. We moved from wood to iron, then to steel, and now to materials used in space. Now, it is time for the reward I promised you. I told you I would show you the most expensive wheel ever made. That prize belongs to the Zonda HP Barchetta. One set of these wheels is worth about $250,000. That is enough money to buy a whole house. These wheels are special because they are made with a mix of forged aluminum and magnesium. They are polished by hand for days to look like mirrors. They are the perfect mix of art and engineering. Thank you for traveling through time with us at the Moto Archive. If you loved learning about the science of wheels, make sure to hit that like button. It helps us keep the archive growing. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our next deep dive into the machines that changed the world. What part of the wheel's history surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments below. We will see you in the next one.